Okay, today we're going to do something a little different, give Dad a break. We've got Kurt Behrends and Danny Newell with us today, and not only are they good customers, they're good friends, and we thought we'd just get together today and kind of shoot the breeze a little bit. So we don't really have any agenda, we're just shooting the breeze. So it's, let's see what it, March 17th, and St. Patrick's Day, and I see
none of us
No
have
green.
green on.
Green.
Yeah, I
green.
guess I got green on, I guess. Never thought of that.
Are you going anywhere later on, Dan?
I don't think so. I did have a Bloody Mary today.
Oh, okay.
I'm headed into Wyoda. They got corned beef tonight in Rubens.
Oh, nice.
All right.
So I'm gonna go and have that.
So you're going out then?
Yep. Take Michelle out.
All right.
I didn't even think about it till I got to work and I saw Jason Ball had on green, but
Right.
I didn't even think anything about it, but for a New Holland dealer, it's kind of hard wearing green to work.
Yeah. We were
Yeah, I
we
was
were
gonna
talking
say.
about that downstairs earlier this morning. So anyhow, so we're not celebrating real big here at Lindeman Tractor.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I heard Bob Ehrman was in after dinner talking about Steele coming home week.
Yeah, the
week from-
24th.
Yeah, 24th, 25th.
Yeah,
well,
I think
25th,
so.
I think. I
Maybe
think
it's the
that's
25th.
week from tomorrow. So it'll be 5 months since the accident, and it sounds like he may stop by here, so that'd sure be nice if.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Be
Yeah, I
good to
think
see
he's
him.
doing really improving.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So encouraging.
So what did they say that the last time Bob saw him? What did he do?
Well, I think kind of gave him the one finger salute, but I think that's kind of what they do with each other. So it's when they see each other. So
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, I think he's been doing that. He likes his duck call.
Yeah, that's
right.
I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah.
So,
That's pretty cool. Pretty
yeah.
cool.
Of course, we're in a kind of a little bit of a wet spell, which, of course, here in Southwest Iowa, we're kind of needing the rain, but so I'm kind of in hopes maybe it'll dry up a little bit here and maybe get some more rain, But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you guys kind of ready to roll here when time comes? or-
Yeah, I don't think we never complain about a rain right now, as dry as we are, but it's still nice to have a dry spring. You just get so
Yeah.
much done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works a lot better if it's a little bit on the dry side, but it's good right now to get some moisture. That'll get down deep. Sure came nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
Yeah, it did, real
Yeah, it did.
nice.
Well, and then, of course, last year, I don't think we've had as good a planting season as what we had last year.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't
it was
last
good.
year just about
Perfect.
really?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then last fall, a lot of work got done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, it
the
did.
harvest was really good, and the yields weren't as bad as we thought going into it.
I
No,
think
it-
for the most part, everybody's ready to go this spring because we got so much done last fall.
Right.
Yeah, the harvest was done 1st November, and I don't think it froze up till close to Christmas, and hydrants got put on, and fertilizers, and a lot
Yeah.
of work around
Yeah.
the ditches, and
Yeah.
tiling,
A lot of
terracing.
dirt work got done.
Yeah.
When I go out in the country and look at planters, a lot of times it seems like they finish up in the mud, with their planter, and they're tired of it and they put it away and it's muddy. This year, I went out, about every planter I went out and looked at, it was pretty clean.
Yeah,
there wasn't mud hanging on it.
There wasn't
or
much
anything.
mud around last spring.
No, it was unbelievable. It was just a completely
Yeah.
different year for looking
Yeah.
at used planters.
We haven't had that type of spring for quite a while.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
Stayed so
dust.
dry though in August,
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boy.
when
Yeah.
we needed a rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
If
would've
we
helped
could have
our-
caught a rain then, we could have
Would have really helped
really
the
had
beans.
some.
Yeah, would've
just
added to
an inch in July and an inch in August would have made a huge amount of difference
Yeah.
for us. But it's still hanging on pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
since we planted, I think with the dry spring, the roots got down good. We didn't pack it, didn't pack sidewalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think things were definitely better over your way though, Kurt, and Wyoda. As I went east, I noticed the crop
A little rougher.
fell off a little more.
Well, our customers that are north and east of us, it was pretty poor. for
Anywhere
those guys.
north,
Yeah.
Elkhorn too was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Long I
Well,
northwest
that's
side
true.
of I-80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harlan up in that area.
Yeah. I noticed a big difference between, especially on beans, between Wyoda and even, like you say, Anita and get northeast of Anita just a little ways.
Yeah. I'm not subsidized.
What's that again?
Kurt's
What's
over
that?
there in God's
I'm not
country,
going to send a couple
evidently.
bushels over. I'm not.
Not going to even it out.
No, no. We better not go there.
So has the ethanol plant got big lineups out there yet, or is that kind of getting caught
This
up?
week, I hauled a couple loads. I hauled on Monday, Tuesday. Not near as bad Monday, Tuesday. But I think because the gravel roads were so muddy, a lot of guys held off those days. But jeepers, the 2 weeks prior to that, I think they was taking, it was worse than harvest. It was really coming through.
So the roads got pretty muddy here with this rain then. I haven't been on them.
The bottom hasn't gone out, but they're soft and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I just
You
got
know.
back last night from, I'd been gone. So, yeah, I noticed it was awful muddy this morning.
We've had a lot worse springs with it, but I wouldn't want to have a full semi on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it would
Sure.
have been pretty soft if you had to get over the side.
Right.
When we were living out on Durango Road, so about, 2 years ago, boy, it was, I don't know, that melt off was nasty. I think that was pretty much widespread. The gravel roads didn't really, straighten up for quite a while there.
Right.
I think that happens from that freezing and thawing.
Yeah.
It was so dry this
Yeah.
winter, I don't think the roads are in too bad a shape.
No.
Yeah.
Normally, when we had the rains that we'd had previous years, so much moisture goes into the road, and then it freezes and thaws,
Right.
and then it just the bottom
Right.
goes out of it.
Yeah.
But this year, it pretty much had a base everywhere.
Yeah,
Once the
I
frost
thought
come
so,
out.
too.
Little slimy on top, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Danny, you said you was down. How did the golf tournament go? for
Really
Brooke?
good. Yeah, we had fun anyway. The first round was pretty windy and rainy, and and so it was a tougher. Everybody had high scores.
Now, where was this then,
in
Danny?
Springfield.
Okay.
It was Creighton and Drake and Valparaiso.
So was it the conference tournament?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay. Excuse me.
Missouri State. 6 teams
Okay.
were there, and so yeah, Brooks' team won it. And,
nice.
That's what I'd
Good.
heard on the
yeah,
news.
her team won it, and she got 3rd overall.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
Well, congratulations.
Excellent.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Is she
Yeah.
Is she really playing good?
Yeah, she shot 81 the first round, which not very good. She wasn't happy with that, but the scores were high the first round anyway. Then come back with a 78 and a 75.
Was she
Neat.
top for
Good
her,
for her.
for her team? Was she top?
She was second on her team.
Oh, so 1 and 3, 1 and 3, or 2 and 3 for
2
the
and
team.
3.
Very
Yep,
good.
a girl from Drake won it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Neat.
Did you get to play around any place? Or
No,
afternoon?
I didn't play any yet. So yeah, I'm just a spectator right now.
So-
I got to wait and play with Fred. Then it makes me feel better because he's the only guy who can outdrive.
They don't, Kurt. They don't
Sad
even.
but true.
They don't even ask me anymore.
No, we're not any company. Me neither.
Yeah, and I don't even want to go. I'm so bad.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out. We played quite a bit last year, and it's fun to play a little better.
Fred will probably edit that part
Yeah.
when I say I can outdrive him.
Yeah. Hey, so Brooke, now is she in her last year? Or she got one more year.
Actually, she got 2 more years with the COVID and the red shirt. And
Is she going to take
just-
2? Or
she's
you
going
know?
to take one of them.
Okay.
She'll
Good.
She's going to go ahead and go back and get her master's. And
Oh, neat.
so yeah.
Good
How
for
in the
her.
world you got such smart kids?
I don't know. Mom must be smart. Huh? Or a mailman or something anyway. Or my New Holland salesman. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So, what about it upcoming? Are there more?
oh yeah, there's one next week in St. Louis.
Okay.
Next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, and then Oklahoma, and then the conference tournament.
Do they get to have a full gallery of people, or just
Yeah,
mostly
nope.
parents?
It's pretty much
restrictions?
anybody that wants to. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go
Well,
watch
that's good.
and stuff.
That's neat.
So yeah,
Good.
yeah,
good.
they're letting. I talked to a buddy of mine in Vegas. His boy plays big time baseball and stuff, and they're playing baseball in Vegas, and the parents can't even go watch.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, don't even allow the parents to watch.
I
That's
don't
too
know.
bad.
Big stadiums outside and
Yeah.
can't even spread out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I feel sorry for those kids that were seniors last year, and whether it be college or or whatever,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that missed their senior athletic season, and
Yeah.
you know,
I
anyhow.
wonder how many repercussions, like the kids getting extra years for the younger ones coming up. That, I mean, it's
It's
going to be
going to
something to
hurt.
sort through.
I mean, scholarships and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to be tough.
A lot to sort through
Especially
there.
on juniors and seniors in high school. It's kind of a bad deal for them.
Now, if you're a
Right.
junior, say you're a sophomore or junior in college, do you gain a year too? Do they gain a year also?
Oh, I think everybody in
Everybody
college
in
has
college
gained
gets
a
a
year.
year.
Because last year they never had to count it.
Okay.
And even the way I understand this fall in football, they don't have to count it.
Oh, really?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't think they had to count this fall in football.
This
So-
coming fall or
No, this past
Oh
fall.
no, I don't think they did either because a lot
Yeah.
of those guys are
Yeah.
coming back
So,
for
yeah.
some teams.
Yeah.
So-
I don't know what they'll do with scholarship limits and stuff.
Yeah, so like the underclassmen coming in, quite
Yeah.
possibly it's going to be 2 or 3 years before they'll even hardly see the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
I-
unbelievable. I
Yeah,
mean, most
it'll
all
be
of it's a
tough.
minimum of 2, and that'll put it up to 3 or
Yeah.
I think
That's
I
a long
I
read.
won't see the field
Yeah,
till they're
yeah.
junior, senior,
I know.
especially, because they're going to be stacked at the top.
right.
I think I read for the football that if they get an extra scholarship for the ones that stay on, that say it's 85 they're
Yeah,
allowed
so
now.
they're
So if there's 10 they go to a 95.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is what I'd read.
Wow.
And there's not very many schools that have. I think Illinois was the most in the Big Ten was like 15, but a lot of schools are 5 to 10 players that were going to come back.
I think I read something on that too. Yeah. There wasn't as many as you thought.
As you think, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It's different, lot to sort through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard
yeah,
to
it
be
is.
fair for
Yeah.
everybody. It's hard
Yeah.
to figure out what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all these college teams are so young because everybody got a year back, like.
Yeah. Got your brackets filled out for basketball?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Who do you have?
I'm not confident with anything. Of course, came down to Gonzaga and
Baylor, I suppose, and
Well,
Illinois.
actually, I don't know. I
Illinois
think
and-
I somehow. Oh, I can't. I think it was Michigan State or something.
Michigan.
Or Michigan, right?
Michigan State would have been
yeah.
your long
Yeah,
your
yeah,
long
that
shot, 'cause
definitely-
they barely got,
you know.
they're even they got a play-in game, don't they?
Oh, Coach Izzo, they always say he comes around tournament time.
Well,
so.
that's kind of look at the players, look at the coach, but and somewhat the record. But I then Big 10, Big 12. I always kind of try to bring them along, but I don't know.
Those two
Then you
conferences
gotta-
got a lot of players, a lot of teams in there. those two
Kurt, you got
conferences.
Iowa State then?
Yeah, we're working on 2022, 23, something like that.
Isn't I'm shocked that the coach lost his job.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't know, pretty rough couple years.
I know
They
it.
didn't
Well,
even
it
win a
was this year.
conference
Was
game.
yeah. That's. I mean,
Last year wasn't too good either.
But
I don't know.
What do you think about the new hire, possibly?
Who is it? I've heard 4 or 5 names. But
Well, isn't UNLV coach?
really,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of them. He used to coach up to Iowa State or something.
I thought it was kind of a done deal. It's not a done deal?
I don't know. There's a Baylor assistant coach. It's a possibility. It's all rumor mill stuff. Drake's coach was on the list,
that's what I heard.
but so there's 3 or 4, 5 guys. But
Okay.
I don't know. One probably is more shoe in, and all I know is 3 or 4 hands down through.
So, so do you think it's? I mean, is it recruiting? Is that the biggest thing, or is it? I mean,
I don't
because
know. He had some recruits. Even has one of the top 20 recruits for this next year coming in, but it just seemed like they had a hard time playing as a team.
Yeah, they've had a rough couple years though now.
Hmm.
So it was probably time if you go 0-18.
Well,
Yeah.
I know it's
The
just
conference.
Yeah, right.
It's
That-
pretty hard to lose 18
Yeah, you have
basketball games.
How
in a
is
row.
it you can't pull off a
And
win in
yeah.
the
Some,
Big 12?
sometimes, like they took Baylor to within 5, and they'd have. Really,
I know.
And then they'd lose to one of the what's supposed to be an easier team by 30. I mean, it
Yeah.
was so inconsistent.
Yeah.
They just couldn't-
Oklahoma, they played them close. I think they were in it way late in the game.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
right?
in the conference tournament,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's.
So you guys fill out a bracket or do anything?
No, I didn't fill one out this year.
If you guys want to,
don't
couldn't
seem
they
like,
jump in on ours if they want to?
Sure.
Is the money good?
Well, you throw $5 in, and
Pay a new tractor or combine a year.
I could
you're
use some
welcome
down
to-
payment money.
They'll walk away
Use
with
a
the
new
money.
car.
well,
Combine all fall.
Probably will.
You'll walk. Dan will do all the research and walk away with the money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but
I don't know who I'd pick.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
So what about Schluter Big Beef? Are you
Yeah.
are you calving?
Well, yeah, we are. We're probably. I haven't been home for lunch. I usually check them at lunch, but I'm probably over a third along.
What's that? 100 head then
Yeah,
already?
right. I hit the big 2-0.
Okay.
So anyhow,
Are you getting along good?
oh yeah, it's been real good. Yeah, knock on wood. Now don't jinx me.
Yeah, that's
I'll
for
go
sure,
home and
yeah.
I'll have a problem.
Good to have a little building. Got them in the building.
Yeah, they're all in the building,
Out
and
of the
so
mud.
yeah. Unfortunately, well, good and bad. I stepped up my numbers, so it's been a little bit hard to keep up on it. You know, a little bit. But what I had, everybody's got cow stories. Anybody that has cows, they always got a cow story. I've never had a calf that I could not figure out who its mother was. And of course, whatever in the building, that's you got to kind of stay on top of that.
Right.
But this one, I mean, I was going through all the pins and could not find its mother. Finally, I went ahead and gave it a bottle of colostrum, and anyhow, I then just turned it loose, and the next morning I figured it out finally.
Mama come to her?
Yeah, she finally came around, but gosh, she was not showing any sign. I was chasing this calf all around through the whole building, both pins actually, and could not find anybody that had any interest in it whatsoever. But
What was she, like a day or two old?
no, she was just born.
Oh, I
yeah,
was
she
gonna
was.
say,
Well, when I
probably-
first.
She had to get colostrum somewhere.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I gave her some, and then I thought, well, we'll see what it looks like in the morning, and it worked out. But
Yeah, good.
unique. Anyhow, so.
Usually they're chasing.
Well, so
you
what
around.
about you?
Oh, I think, well, that's more or less Tori and Brooks' job there. I think,
Well, you're taking the night shift, I heard.
yeah, I'm 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's not when I get home. So, oh yeah, we had a whole 7 heifers, so
Okay.
we're 3 for 3 on the heifers.
Okay.
Got four more to go, and then I think 5 or 6 cows. So.
I see.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
knock on wood, about like you, but
Yeah.
so doing good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'm halfway through my heifers too.
Are you?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to get them done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't talked to Drew Comas lately. I heard what he's calving out 60 of them.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Heifers, that's a battle.
I had a beer with him a while back, and he said, yeah, he's been,
Right.
him and the wife been checking them all night long.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. I probably ought to check my camera here, so let's take a short break, huh?
Okay.
Okay, we're back here. See, we were talking about cows, I guess, and Kurt, you don't have any cows then? Or?
No livestock around the farm
Okay.
anymore.
He did when the kids were in 4-H.
Right.
I'd
Yeah,
go
we had
by and
4-H
see the
cow.
4-H calves, and stuff.
Yeah, the kids really liked having the 4-H, different 4-H animals. So that helped them do chores, get some of those responsibilities, a little bit, figure out how to lose money.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Well, you guys did good at it.
Yeah, they did do. The kids did
Yeah,
do
did
well.
really
Yeah.
good.
No, that's good experience.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I tell you, these kids on the farm really got an advantage over town kids. Having some of those responsibilities.
Yeah, for the
growing
cattle.
up, that's
Yeah.
huge.
Things to do, get outside,
Yeah.
just a lot more different items.
Yeah.
Right. And they have chores, so they're not always in the house, spending the time.
Checking cows.
I've got grandkids, and we about got to take the iPads away from them, and then we have a great time. But otherwise, you can't hardly get any
Yeah.
interaction from them.
They probably love going out and checking cows. Though,
Well, they
don't
do. I mean, I'm having them help me give shots.
Oh, nice.
At first, they really don't want to, and then they get a big kick out of it, and then they're jumping right in, and
Yeah.
and stuff. Anyhow,
That's really a good experience because they won't see that otherwise.
exactly.
And then they get such a detachment away from the farm and where the food comes from.
Yep.
It's really good for the kids to learn that
It,
stuff.
it
it,
is.
it really is.
Absolutely.
Really is.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Your kids are doing well too, correct? And
Yeah, Megan's going to graduate Iowa State here in May.
wow.
So
Good.
she's interviewing, looking to
Oh, really?
see where she will end up. And Nathan's in his second year up there studying ag studies, just general agriculture, and we'll see what happens in a couple of years if he's back here full time or part time or what's gonna. We don't know exactly how it's all gonna work out yet, but
Sure. But,
Yeah,
but
good.
he'll be a good addition to your operation.
yeah,
You'll
Absolutely.
be ready
I'm
for
pretty-
him to come back.
I'm pretty excited to
Yeah,
bet.
good. That's
back
awesome.
off of my work. Yeah,
So you can go have coffee more often.
maybe I'll
right?
get back to that golf game.
There you go.
There you go.
Hone that baby
Yeah,
in.
you haven't done the Thursday night even in
I haven't.
Anita for a long
Once
time.
we got into baseball, I just kind of got out of the golf,
Yeah.
Well,
but
while your kids are in school, man, you both know
Yeah,
really big
yeah.
time. You're going hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's changed for you, but it's about to really change for Dan.
yeah,
You know, but you
We
got
got
kids
back
in
into-
college, and that makes a difference.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
yeah, they're still going hard over there.
right.
Yeah. Oh.
So we were going to talk a little bit about combines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan here has a newer machine. It's got the combine automation, and we just wanted to kind of chat with him a little bit about that. Yeah. So
Kurt's got a combine ordered with it,
yeah.
put on it. It's
Pretty
an
much,
option.
most of the machines we're selling now, we're selling with it on it. So basically, the combine automatically adjusts. There's some parameters you put in ahead of time, such as a target speed and what you want to focus on, such as either the grain sample or maybe loss or maybe throughput. And throughput would be whatever, when that rain is coming and you really kind of got to push it hard, to allow the machine to open up and do a pretty darn good job even that way. But most of the time we run it on basically less loss out the
Grain
back.
quality.
Yeah, and grain quality. And so the neat thing about it is along the way you can kind of help it, tell it it's doing a good job or maybe it's not doing a good job in a certain area. But as a whole, they work pretty decent.
Yes. Very, very well on beans.
Yeah,
I would say.
The first year maybe we had a little bit of problem with corn doing a real good job, but beans have been pretty good. And
Yeah,
then
for the most part, corn's good anyway, but
Right.
I really notice it on beans.
Yeah,
It's,
nice.
it's
I'm
really
real excited to give it a try. I told Dad I got a combine coming for next year and I have all that. He's like, "Oh, we don't need that automation stuff." But I'm really excited to have him. I've never operated one with it, and so to see how it works. And now that you guys have a couple years of experience to show us how, and then to let him see what he thinks about it once he gets to using it.
I'll tell you what, I think he'll be surprised. In my experience, green stem beans early season is kind of hard to tweak a combine in, especially on beans. But anyhow, my experience with it is it's extremely good. I mean, the sample is unbelievable, and really, you go back out the back and you just don't hardly see any loss.
It's does a super job on beans. I run with another friend, different brand and stuff, and I know there's been times when we both pulled up to the grain cart and he's dumped in the grain cart and I'm dumping in the grain cart on the other side and the grain cart's filling up. There's no comparison which pile of beans comes from
That's
where.
nice to hear.
And yeah, I'm kind of excited about that too. I know last year I can't remember if it was the first load of the day or last load late at night when it was getting tough and stuff, and didn't manually get it adjusted anymore, and put that top one load in the bin, and you can tell exactly where that load was at because
All the
it had
pods.
more extra pods, and those pods rotted on the sides, and even though the beans were dry, but they had the extra pods that got off to the
Plug
side
up
of the
a
bin.
trap,
Yeah.
possibly.
So it'll be nice to get rid, where the combine will take care of that.
It does. It's.
You feel
I
like it
said,
kind of does that then.
It does a super job in
Yeah.
beans. Well, it does a good job in corn, but I feel like everybody does a good job in corn for
Right.
the most part.
Right.
So where it really shines is on beans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and that's where it's really supposed to pay off. You know, when you start early or you end late, you know, you want to get those last 2 loads or whatever out, and you're not, well, it's dark, so it's hard to kind of tweak on the combine to know what you're doing for sure. And so that's where it's going to really come in and help you out and give you that
Yeah.
overall advantage, you know, the yield and the better sample and that kind of stuff.
Once you get it set, it's pretty good to go too.
Right.
You got to fine tune it a little bit and
Right.
stuff. But
Yep. New for this year, we could go in and put in some parameters. And on corn, I think that's important. Beans, it isn't much of it because it does an excellent job there. But once you get a few minor parameters set, it seems like it does extremely well on corn also.
yeah, you want to adjust. What do we have to adjust?
We limited
to 50%.
yeah, the
didn't we?
veins.
Yeah, the veins on top.
The rotor veins. The year before last especially, we did a lot of harvesting in mist. Well, at least some operators did. The ones that got to go. The ones that got to go and go.
He was probably in the coffee shop, Kurt, there.
Well, I go by him with a pickup and drink it like
Yeah, with his
Still
wipers on.
doing?
They're the only ones in the county.
Yeah, then I gotta go. Dad, we gotta go.
If you got a new Holland with that,
Yeah, but
set
it's
up.
okay. Anyhow, so those misty days were kind of played havoc with it, and then once you could put in the parameters, you could limit just how wild it got, and then it seems like it does a better job. And
Yeah, because it was wanting to shut down
yep,
too much.
yep, it was kind of fighting itself basically.
Now, was that last year?
That was the year before.
Yeah, year
Before,
before.
They got it. They had it figured
And now
out.
there's some new programming and there's some new
Software.
software, a new adjustments that you can put in that weren't available the first year, and actually Adam's pretty good at kind of setting that up originally, and after that's done, then we're pretty much set.
Nice.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm kind of excited about with the new one is the CVT transmission.
I was just
where
gonna
you
say
just
the
get your
hydrostat.
speed. You set your speed and the power of the motor will adjust. I know I really like that on my tractor, and so I'm kind of excited to try that on the combine too.
You like the hydrostat. It's got way more power.
Yeah, it's a 2-speed hydrostat.
Yeah,
and so,
it's-
it's just basically field and road. And in the field mode, I mean, it's got way more power,
it's- yeah.
way more
So
torque.
it's still a little bit hydrostat, not.
Well, it acts as though it's a CVT, but it is actually
It is
a
hydrostat.
hydrostat. It works like a CVT,
Okay.
but it gives it more torque on the low end, but yet you have a little faster speed to get, empty to the grain cart if you got a deadhead. And so it's
Yeah,
nice.
it's got a big variance. I think, like 0 to 12?
Yeah,
It's quite a bit.
yeah. So you can run across the field.
And if you're loaded and fall down in a ditch, with both axles same time, it'll pop right up out of there.
You didn't feel like there was any learning curve then when you went to that first time, or was there a little bit?
The dad climbs in it. He's where it pops back. You don't push it ahead and leave the hydrostat ahead. It falls back.
You return it to neutral, basically.
Yeah, and then so
Little bit of learning curve.
yeah,
then.
I've heard some people like when they push it ahead, it's like, oh shit, how do I get it to stop? You
Yeah,
know,
right.
there's a little learning curve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy needs to spend
But
some
once you
time
get
in it.
kind of used to it, felt like it was all
Oh,
right then.
once you got used to it, yeah, it's
So then you just
it's
set
a lot
like
more
your
responsive.
And you just set your speed for like your max speed's 4.5 or 5 mile an hour doing beans, and then if it's getting tough, it'll automatically slow down, but keep your power up. And
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The-
I run on manual though most of the time.
Do ya?
That thing. So yeah.
Ideally, one of the times I was in it, we'd set it, and it'd been early season, and of course there was at the end of the field, kind of in the low spot, it got kind of green. But as we went across the field, it was running at a decent controlled speed, fairly fast. We had it set fairly fast, and once it getting to the green stuff, I was thinking, oh boy, look out. Because, you know, you got to be slowing down. Well, it automatically slowed down, and it got through the green stuff, and then it started picking up speed, you know, so it kind of adjusted on its own based on the pole and,
Yeah.
and you know, so. But, yeah, in our area and in our country, it's a little hard to run that because, you know, you're going up and down hills.
That's a little tougher.
Yeah.
I mean, the automatic crop setting, it's just super, but I run that hydrostat on manual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I need
it'll
to
be-
come
it'll
out
be
and
fun
ride
try.
with you sometime.
Yeah.
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 I really haven't spent that much time in one. I hate to admit, but I haven't. So
That
Well,
on
you
top
try.
of the draper head. It's
Yeah.
hard to beat in the beans anymore.
yeah.
Excellent.
I don't think I could put an auger head back on a
No,
combine.
I don't.
No, no.
That's pretty tough. Yeah.
You know, and from our standpoint too, it seems like those McDon Draper heads hold up so well. You know, the resale is excellent on them down the road, and we've got people lined up to buy them.
You
So
just
that's
don't have trouble with them.
no, and yeah, it just seems like the framework's pretty durable, and you know, it's just it's a good
Yeah, they're
unit.
good head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go. You know,
Yeah.
you can start 2 hours earlier in the morning, hour earlier in the morning,
Yeah.
and go 2 or 3 hours later at night with one, and do more in between.
And I think it's better on the combine too because it's just such an even feed and you're
Yeah.
an even
Yeah.
pull other than surges
Yeah.
Right.
in and out. And,
Right.
And I just feel like it's a lot.
You know,
Well, and I like on the MacDon where your cutter bar, it's not elevated when they come in.
Exactly.
You're not trying to pull the beans up onto a big shelf.
Yep.
It's, I think, what is it? Probably only
Yeah, an inch and a
Only
half
inch
to
and-
inch and a half high.
so they just fall right on.
Yeah. So really, the idea, on the MacDon, a guy just needs to get a little bit of speed, and then you hardly even have to use the reel.
Yeah, the reel does. I don't
Yeah.
turn the reel very
Just
much.
because it'll
Yeah.
just fall right in.
I know when I used with the auger head, the top of my throat on the combine, the feeder house throat was always piled thick with beans, from the shatter. And with the MacDon, you just don't have that. You
No.
just don't get
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in there.
Just tip them over.
Right.
That's all you're
right.
trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from our standpoint too, we can sell those MacDons to anybody. The Case guys, the Cat guys, or the John Deere guys. So, it's a really good unit for us.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, looks like we're about another 20 minutes here or so. So, should we wrap her up, or what do you think?
Sounds good.
Appreciate you guys coming in and chatting with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I always enjoy working with you guys, and the service we get around here is always
Well,
been as
appreciate
good as I've
that.
found.
Thanks,
I
Kurt.
agree.
Appreciate that.
It's always super.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, appreciate it,
And
guys.
Yeah.
you guys are good customers
Yeah.
too, and we
No, they
enjoy dealing with
Don't
you.
get any better,
Yeah,
hardly.
I was in the car business, and you just can't beat dealing with farmers. They're good people.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do a great job.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thanks much.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yep.